Alright. Exciting things up today, guys. Congratulations. And before we start the process, we just want to get opening statements from Coach Hastings.
Yeah, what a ball game. When you think about the effort and the intensity, the way our guys were connected, I'm so proud of them. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys, and more importantly, the way they care for each other and they love each other, and that showed in the way they played today. Just incredible.
Octavio, new career high tonight with 40 points. How does it feel to do that in the tournament?
Yeah, it's a blessing. You know, I couldn't do it without my teammates, community behind me. You know, since the start, we got 4 more games. That's what we're planning to do. So we're back at the point we were at last year, and now we're trying to beat that milestone, get out of the second weekend.
Jeff, you got into foul trouble a little bit earlier in the game. How does your mentality differentiate when you have to play with more fouls on you?
That doesn't change really much. Honestly, we've talked about it before. I feel like when I get into foul trouble, it kind of gets me into a zone where I'm more engaged and just play a little smarter. Obviously, it's harder when a team is down and they're fighting to get anything back. So they were just kind of getting into me to try and draw that 5th foul. So I had to give up a few buckets that you don't want to give up, but it makes you play a little bit more intelligent, I'd say that.
I thought this was a team that matched up pretty well with you guys on paper. I know you guys had a pretty late night of film last night here. What were some things that you saw from that film coming in? And I mean, obviously when you shoot 60% from 3-point land, that's going to help a lot. But what did you see when you watched the film last night and getting ready for this game, Coach?
We saw a really high-quality team with very, very good players. That we thought there was a couple ways that we could play them, and it really worked out in what we were doing. I did believe they were going to play zone against us, and I thought that was one of the biggest mistakes they could make. When we're shooting well, we're shooting really well. Any game we've had this year, this is definitely the highest percentage we've shot from the 3-point line this year. But they stayed zone for an extremely long time, in my opinion. I was kind of unsure about why they were doing that. But, you know, when you're playing like this and moving the ball, I think every interview I talk about our assist-to-turnover ratio, it's 18-8 there. At halftime, it was 9-1. So we had a couple turnovers later in the game that were foolish turnovers, and they weren't even pressing us hard. So that's disappointing. I even got to 8. But the way we move the ball is what really counts. And I don't care what team plays us, as long as we're playing the selflessness type of mentality that we have on this team, and each player cares that much for each other. They just move the ball for the next best shot.
The game plan just shoot 60% from 3 the rest of the way.
That would be, I don't set goals that are what I would say attainable often. I want to set a goal that you can realistically make, and I think 63% is one of those nights where a lot of balls are going in, and the gods are looking kindly upon you because you're playing so hard on defense that the offense kind of gets brought along with it.
So this is just a question for Jeff and Octavio. So the final shooting splits were about 54%, 63 from 3, and 80% from the free throw line. What did you guys see out there that the defense was giving you that you wanted to exploit?
I'm not gonna lie, we were just hoping. That's what we do, you know. We just try to stay in action. I feel like any of us could go one-on-one, but we know that. But to get the best shot, I should say, or great shot, I should say, we have to use each other, and that's what happened today.
Jeff, you had a matchup against Zubair Lee pretty much all game. Just talk about what it was like playing against him on the floor versus watching him yesterday and on film.
Yeah, he's a really good player. It's tough when you try and play teams to a different, like we were facing a couple guys and jamming out on shooters. So a lot of that one-on-one defense, and we play a good player like himself that, you know, maybe misses his first shot on a good contest. He's quick on his second bounce to get that ball. So I thought he did a really good job of just playing aggressive and keeping his mind in it to just give it everything he got. And I think he'll be a great player down the line. He's a great player right now. But it was definitely a tough battle. But whatever, at the end of the day, we played well and we got the win, so I'd rather that.
Kind of a two-parter, and I'll start with you, O. In the second half there, you got 3 teammates with 4 fouls, 3 pretty important teammates, right? At that point of the game, I think you guys had a double-digit lead, but you had one yesterday too, right? And you had a team come in. What did you kind of take on there personally at all when you saw some key players go off the floor, playing some tight minutes there with 4 fouls? You know, is that kind of the moment where you knew that you had to step up a little bit more?
Yeah, not even step up the scoring, but just setting up, just getting ourselves into action. Usually just the guy getting us into action with him and foul trouble. That was it was my responsibility too, and I feel like the guys that came in played their role, and you got the W, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I was going to follow up with Coach there. I mean, I think that's probably the tightest foul trouble you've been in a while. So how impressed were you there? Where that's a 15-point lead, 16-point lead, wherever it was that you let close yesterday with guys in foul trouble. How impressed were you with some new guys on the floor that don't maybe see the long minutes stepping up there?
Yeah, great question. I have complete confidence in all of our guys. So we get some guys in foul trouble. Next guy up, you know, it's that mentality on the team, and they work together every day. They're practicing against and with each other every day. So yeah, when some guys get in foul trouble, a couple other guys get in, they get more minutes than they might normally get. But I have complete confidence in everybody on the team.
So yesterday, after our interview with Eastern, their head coach said that Jerron Fairweather was the best player in D3 basketball, and tonight he shot 3 of 8 and had 13 points. Did you have a game plan for him coming into this game?
What number is it?
0.
Yes, we decided we would defend him with Mason Jean-Baptiste, the best defender in Division III basketball.
Jeff, maybe your last game at Spaulding. We'll see here how things shake out for the rest of the night. But if that's it, it's been 5 years here in the gym. What are you said to send it out, right?
Yeah, it's crazy how fast time flies, and there's no, better opportunity than playing in front of a sold-out crowd in a national tournament game with literally the best team, like not even like basketball-wise, just friendship-wise and culture-wise. Like we talked about, like guys coming in and stepping up, and it just goes to show like how well the culture is of our team. Like guys are so unselfish when it comes to their minutes. That they'll step in when it's their time to come in, whether there's guys in foul trouble or not. So I'm more appreciative of just the teams that I've had throughout the 5 years, the friendships I've made, and the relationships with coaches, and just the overall like person that I've become here. So over 5 years, it's crazy to think that that could be my last game here. Hell of a game to have back home. I get to watch this kid score 40 points, and be a part of that. And so honestly, I'm just really grateful for my opportunities here, and want to bring a national championship back home here and finish that out with my career like that.
I got one, can I add something?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, I didn't even think of that. That doesn't cross my mind that this is Jeff's potential last game in this gym after all this time we've been together. It's, I just always assume Jeff's gonna be here with me. So what? Shit, man. All right. Congratulations. It's fantastic.
It's crazy.
It's getting a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't feel real. Yeah, I'm not working.
Well, maybe we got one next weekend too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if the committee listens to these at all, if we have any sway here, but I would say the boys might deserve another weekend.
I understand right now, there's a couple games that have happened, and there's one still being played right now that could potentially help us. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if the gods are looking kindly upon us, maybe it gets sent this way to Keene State.
Thank you, gentlemen.
On the way, 3 ball is up, off the mark. Liam Johnston will have it. And that'll do it. The Keene State Owls are going back to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. The final score of today's game is 109-85. I'm Logan Pronto. This is JJ LeBlanc. And thank you for tuning in these past couple of days.
Have a good night, folks.